If density of gold in CGS system is 19.6 gram per centimeter cube, then the density of gold in SI system is, I told you children, 1 gram per centimeter cube is equals to how many kg per meter cube? 1000 kg per meter cube. I told you already. Okay. So just recall back. 1 kg per meter cube is equals to 1000 gram 1 by 1000 gram per centimeter cube, whereas 1 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 1000 kg per meter cube. This was what we have discussed in the previous application. So what we are asking is, you are asked to find out 19.6 gram per centimeter cube into kg per meter cube. So every gram per centimeter cube is 1000 kg per meter cube. So 19.6 gram per centimeter cube is 19.6 into 1000. So 19.6 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 19.6 into 1000 kg per meter cube. So which one is your right answer? 19.6 into 1000 would be 19600 kg per meter cube. So where is the answer? Here goes your answer. Kg per meter cube. 19600 kg per meter cube. Because everywhere we have 19600 only, but here gram per meter cube. So this is CGS, this is SI. Meters cube per kg. No, we have to convert in density means kg per meter cube, not meter cube per kg. Here kg per meter cube, okay, of course it is true, and this is 19600. Again, this is SI and this is CGS. So your right answer is fourth option. Next, an iron needle sinks in water because the density of iron is more than the density of water. So what is the answer? Yeah, but what is the density of water? 1 gram per centimeter cube. So density of iron would be more than 1 gram per centimeter cube. Children, even though that 4 degrees Celsius is not mentioned here, you can estimate it. You can randomly take it. Consider the density of water as 4 degrees Celsius over there. So the iron needle sinks in water because its density is more than that density of water. That is, density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. So answer is second option. Next, pick out the right statements from the following. Which one would be correct option? You need to check it out. The rise in temperature of the liquid means, see, liquid is there. Suppose if you heat it, then what happens? The space between the molecule will increase. Okay. So whenever the space between the molecule increases, what happens? Its density decreases. Volume increases. Space increases in the sense volume increases. I told you that density and volume both are reciprocal, inversely proportional. When volume increases, density decreases. When volume decreases, density increases. So what I am supposed to say is, temperature rises means volume increases. Volume increases means density decreases. So this thing you need to remember. Okay. So with the rising temperature of a liquid, density increases or decreases? Decreases. So this must be wrong statement. More the density of the liquid, more the solid will submerge in it. Okay. So more the density means it won't allow the object to get inside. Okay. So the object may possibility to float. With the rise in temperature of a gas, its density decreases. Whatever, of course, if temperature increases means what happens to the density? Decreases. So clearly third option is true. Next, if the object, 3 objects are given, what are they? A, B and C. How many objects are given? 3 objects are given. Same mass. All the 3 masses are same and their volumes are 100 centimeter cube, 200 centimeter cube and 300 centimeter cube. Then which body will have more density? Children, I told you that the formula for density is mass by volume. Yes or no, children? But all the 3 cases, mass is constant. Okay, so let us try to find out the same answer. Density of A, density of B and density of C. Density of mass, I told you that for everywhere mass is same. Let me represent that mass as m. M by, what was the volume of the first object A? 100 they gave. Centimeter cube. Okay. Here same mass m by 200 centimeter cube. And third case it is same mass m by 300 centimeter cube. So clearly which one is having more volume? Third one. So higher the volume, lesser will be density. Lesser the volume, higher will be density. So here what they are asking, more density means volume should be less. So which one is having less volume? This one. So less volume, more density. So density of A is greater when compared to all other objects. So the answer is first option. Next, if the density of aluminium, what is that ma? Density of aluminium is how much? 2700 kilogram per meter cube. SI units they gave, density they gave. Then the density of aluminium in CGS system is, SI system they gave, you are asked to find out in CGS system. Children, I told you. So in order to convert SI system to CGS system, what you need to do? 1 kg per meter cube is equals to 1 by 1000 gram per centimeter cube. Whereas 1 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 1000 kg per meter cube. So we know that 1 kg per meter cube is equals to 1 by 1000 gram per centimeter cube. Did you remember this, children? Okay, what is that? 1 kg per meter cube is equals to 1 by 1000 gram per centimeter cube. So how much they are asking? So 2700 kg per meter cube must be equals to. So 2700 into how much? 1 by 1000 gram per centimeter cube. Now simplify, this 0 gets cancelled. Then 27 by 10 is how much, children? 2.7 gram per centimeter cube. Where is 2.7 gram per centimeter? Both, all the three are 2.7 only. But here upper will be gram and lower must be centimeter cube. So here is your right answer. Okay. So 2.7 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, children. Well, the density of alcohol, again the density was given in SI system. You are asked to find the density in CGS system. The same model, whatever we have calculated just now. So 1 kg per meter cube is equals to 1 by 1000 gram per centimeter cube. If I would like to convert 800 kg per meter cube, then it must be 800 into 1 by 1000 gram per centimeter cube. Again simplify. Then 8 upon 10. How much is that? 8 by 10 is 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. So clearly 800 kg per meter cube is equals to 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. So where is 0.8? 0.8 or 0.80? Both are same. So this is your correct answer. Okay. Actually you need to write it as 0.80 only. Fine. Okay, new. So moving to the next question. 20 centimeter cube of aluminium has mass 54 grams. Volume is given, mass is also given. Then 1 centimeter cube of aluminium have how much mass? A different question. Let us see. So what is given means density equals to mass by volume. So this is the general formula. Density equals to mass by volume. So what material it is, ma? Aluminium. Here also aluminium. So as the material is same, both cases aluminium is considered. So density of aluminium will be same, common. So let us consider that in the first case, density D1 is equals to M1 by V1. Second case, let us consider it as D2, which is equals to some other mass or by some other volume. But since in both cases we are considering the same material, it have the common density. So clearly D1 must be equals to D2. So because both are aluminium only. So what is D1? M1 by V1 must be equals to M2 by V2. Okay, children? But what is M1? It was given 54 and V1 was 20. So clearly we have, I'll write it here. What is that? M1 how much? M1 is 54 grams upon V1 is how much? So this is M1 and this is V1. 20 must be equals to M2. Where is M2, children? You are asked to find out M2. That mass has, second mass you are asked to find out. What is the second volume? 1 centimeter cube. So in order to find the volume M2, M2 is equals to 54 upon 20. How much is that answer? 2 2s 4 7. So 2.7 grams is the mass of the second, 2.7 grams. So now 23rd question. A piece of lead weighs 232 grams and has a volume of 20 centimeter cube. Then the density of the lead is. Again the same model we have density equals to, what is the formula? Mass by volume. Here the mass is given as how much, children? Mass is given to be 232 grams whereas volume is given to be 20 centimeter cube. Hence the value of density will be mass upon volume. What is mass? 232 grams upon 20 centimeter cube. After further simplification, 2 goes by 1 time, here it is 6 times, 0 is there, hence 11.6 gram per centimeter cube. If you observe the options, here also 11.6 is there, here also 11.6 is there, but you need to check out the units. Here centimeter cube per gram and here gram per centimeter cube. Hence the right answer would be 11.6 gram per centimeter cube. Moving ahead, 5 liters of alcohol has a mass of 4 kg. The density of alcohol is. Children, in the question it was given in liters, whereas in options they asked us in kg per meter cube. So now we need to convert liters into meter cube, where liters indicates the volume. As said earlier, the formula for density would be mass by volume. Okay, children, where the value of mass is given as 4 kg, isn't it? But volume they gave it as 5 liters. Yes or no, children? But earlier we learned that 1 liter is equals to 1000 centimeter cube. 1 liter is equals to 1000 centimeter cube. Whereas 1 liter is also equals to 1 by 1000 meter cube. Okay, 1 liter is equals to 1 by 1000 meter cube. So as we need it in meter cube, because it is given in SI system, we have the volume can be written as 5 liters. 1 liter is 1 by 1000 meter cube. So 5 liters would be 5 into 1 by 1000 meter cube. So how much is that? 5 by 1000 meter cube. Hence, to calculate density, density is equals to mass by volume. Mass is 4 kg upon volume is 5 into 1000 is how much, children? 5 by 1000 meter cube. This 1000, it goes up, then how much it will become? I'll write it down. 4000 kg upon denominator 5 meter cube. I hope you know the simplification. This 5 by 1000, this 1000 will go to the upper region, numeric pattern. Then 4000 by 5. What is the answer? 5 goes by 8 times. So you have 800 kg per meter cube. Where is the correct answer? 800 kg per meter cube. Third option. Okay, children. Next. A 50 kg mass of a body is immersed in water. Then we observe that the mark on the measuring cylinder is 70 centimeter cube. So what is the mark given? 70 centimeter cube. And mass is given to be 50 kgs. If the body is taken out from the cylinder, the mark observed in cylinder is 50 centimeter cube. Then the density of the body is, you are asked to find out the density again. So children, as said earlier, density equals to mass by volume. And here mass is given as 50 kgs. Mass is given as 50 kgs. But to know the volume, here options they gave it in gram per centimeter cube. But in question they gave it as in kg. So it is, we need to convert this kg into grams. So if 1 kg is 1000 grams, then 50 kgs would be 50 into 1000 grams. This will be 5000 grams. Okay, children? Okay. Now moving to the volume. Volume. To understand the concept of volume, observe this question carefully. When a body is immersed in water, together, the volume is found to be 70 centimeter cube. If the body is taken out from that measuring jar, then the mark is observed to 50 centimeter cube. So what your observation is? Body along with water is 70. Body taken out, only water left out. How much is that? 50 centimeter cube. Okay. So what is the volume of the body? Initial volume minus final volume. So volume is nothing but initial volume minus final. Initial means water plus stone. Final means only water. So to get the volume of that body, whatever the body you are considering, the difference between these two. So what was the V1 given as children here? 70 centimeter cube. And V2 was found to be 50 centimeter cube. So subtract this. How much you will be getting? 20 centimeter cube. So this is what was given. Hence, the value of density would be, mass is 5000 grams upon volume is 20 centimeter cube. After simplifying, you have 500 by 2, you have 250 gram per centimeter cube. Where is 250 gram per centimeter cube? Here goes your answer. Okay. Next. The density of lead is, how much is that given? 11.6 gram per centimeter cube. And that of wood is 800 kg per meter cube. This is given in gram per centimeter cube, where it was given in kg per meter cube. Two different units. What do you understand by this statement? The matter is only densely packed in lead than wood, or lead, or what we need to, in order to compare wood and lead densities, first of all you need to convert the units. So which one is easier? So converting kg per meter cube is easier or gram per centimeter cube is easier? Children, I already told you that if you would like to convert 1 kg per meter cube into gram per centimeter cube, means how much is that? 1 by 1000 gram per centimeter cube. Or 1 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 1000 kg per meter cube. So multiplication is easier. So we know that 1 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 1000 kg per meter cube. So 11.6 gram per centimeter cube is equals to 11.6 into 1000 kg per meter cube. If you multiply this, how much you will be getting? 11600 kg per meter cube. Isn't it, children? Okay, yes. So whereas this is for lead, whereas for another one is wood. If they have given for wood, what they gave it as 800 kg per meter cube. Comparing these two, whose density is more? Lead density is 11,600 kg per meter cube, whereas density of wood is only 800 kg per meter cube. So clearly density of lead is more than the density of wood. Okay. So the matter only density packed in lead than wood. Yes. So lead has more density when compared to wood. The matter is only densely packed in wood than lead. No. The density of lead is greater than density of wood. Yes, of course. Okay. Yes. So which one is true? Both the first option and third option are true. Hence your answer would be fourth option. Okay. So density is more. What do you mean by more density? Because the molecules or atoms are closely packed up. So that means densely packed in lead when compared to wood. So both first option as well as third option is true. Next, take two identical 100 centimeter cube beakers. Okay. Two identical they have considered. So two identical means volume must be same. Fill one beaker completely with water and other with kerosene oil. So the picture is also given, it's very clear. So two beakers here, the glass jar they have considered, here also one glass jar they considered. So two beakers they took. Okay. Here also 100 centimeter cube, there also 100 centimeter cube only. Place the beakers in the scale of pans of ordinary beam balance as shown. It is observed that the beaker filled with water have more mass because it coming down now. So here more mass and here less mass. Then beaker filled with kerosene oil, because what is it? The matter in water is more densely packed than in kerosene oil. Matter in kerosene oil is more densely packed in water. Water and kerosene oil occupy the same volume or none of this. So initially what they gave is two identical beakers. Means volume is constant they gave. As we know that density equals to mass by volume. This is the only formula known to you. But here identical beakers means both volume is same. For water also volume they considered 100 centimeter cube. For kerosene also they considered 100 centimeter cube. So for both the cases volume is constant. Okay. So no need to compare volume. Now if this is same for both, what will be changing? To change the density, mass should change, isn't it? So clearly density as volume remains constant. So density depends only on mass. I repeat, density depends only on mass. So larger the mass, larger will be density. Lesser the mass, lesser will be density. In this figure, you can observe from the physical balance is that whose mass is more, as it is coming down and it is going up, whose mass is more? Water's mass is more, the reason why it is coming down. So mass of water is greater than mass of kerosene oil according to the picture. Hence if more mass means more density. So since mass of water is more than mass of kerosene oil, clearly density of water must be greater than density of kerosene oil. So this exactly means the same. So matter in water more densely packed than kerosene oil. Yes, density of water density more means obviously the same thing. The matter in kerosene oil is more densely packed than water. No, this is true. Water and kerosene oil occupy the same volume? Yes, of course. They gave in the question itself that water and kerosene both occupies the same volume. So both 1 and 3 are correct. Water and kerosene oil occupies the same volume. Yes. So option should be none of these. So because 2 answers are correct, actually instead of none of this, they should give it as 1 and 3 are true. 1 and 3 are true, but some mistake in the question itself is just converted. So both 1 and 3 are correct, children. Okay. Next. A cylinder is filled with water to a level of 50 centimeter cube. So volume given as 50 centimeter cube. The cylinder is marked up to 100 divisions with each division of 1 centimeter cube. When a body is immersed in a liquid, we observe that the mark on the cylinder is 75 centimeter cube. Okay, density is given to be 250 gram per centimeter cube. Mass of the body is, let us see. We know that density equals to mass by volume. But what you're asked to find out? You're asked to find the mass of the body. If I want to find the mass of the body, take this volume to the other side. Then density into volume will give you the mass of the body. Yes or no, children? Okay. So mass is equals to density into volume. So is the density given, children? Look, level is given, 100 divisions is given, cylinder level again 75 is given. What else is given? The density of the body is given to be 250 grams. So 250 grams is the density and volume. So here only water means 50 centimeter cube. Okay, when the body is immersed in that liquid, then the mark is 75 centimeter cube. Then what is the difference in the volume? Volume is equals to difference in the two volumes. So V2 minus V1. Difference in the volumes, children. Higher minus lower. What is the higher? That is together means 75 centimeter cube minus other is 50 centimeter cube. So what is the answer? 25 centimeter cube. So volume is written as 25 centimeter cube. Will give you the measure of mass. So multiply this, children. 25 into 250 is how much? Yes, 625. 6250 gram centimeter cube.